Hey guys, so as you can see up here somewhere, this is a sponsored video. And I don't think I've ever done a video on one specific thing, one product for the whole video. And if that turns you off and you click off right now, I think you'll be missing out on something. I think you know, if you've been watching me for a long time, that I rarely do sponsored videos and I have very few partnerships, especially when you consider the fact that we hear from about 2 to 3 new companies almost every single day that want us to, do a video on their product. And we tell all of them we have to try the product first for at least one season before we can even consider doing a video. And it has to be that we love the product and it does what it says it does. Well, today's video solves a problem that I know I've had, and I know many of you have had, especially if you are container gardeners or have small raised beds. Either way, this might solve some problems for you. So Frank at Farm Daddy contacted me, oh gosh, it could be a year ago at this point, and he wanted to send me his product to try. And a year ago at this time, we had a lot going on. We had just moved here. My book was just being released. And so I didn't end up trying his product until October. And he was very polite. He checked in with me every once in a while. And so I've been trying his product now since October. And I have to say, I absolutely love it. The biggest issue I have with container gardening is watering. How many of you are in that same boat? Let me know in the comments. Your containers dry out, they don't get enough water, or when you forget to water and it really dries out, then sometimes you'll get that crack all the way around the edge of the soil where the potting mix touches the container, and then you water and the water just kind of goes down and out the drainage holes and doesn't actually soak in to the planting medium. Is that a problem for anybody but me? So now that I've tried the product, and know that it's a really small business, but they have a lot of inventory. And on top of that, Frank, the owner, is a veteran and an all-around great guy. I had to do an entire video showing you exactly how this system works. So let's go take a look. This is the Farm Daddy system. Now, I'm reconfiguring it because I only had these two in the fall, and then now he sent me these two this spring to attach together. Now, each of these containers are exactly the same. They're identical. Another great thing is, once you kind of see how this works, you might think, well, I could put these together with some storage totes. And maybe you can. However, these aren't just regular storage totes. This is all made of food-safe plastic. So let me show you what each one of these has in it, and then how they hook together, and how they're going to solve our watering problem for containers. So first of all, on each end, there is an inlet and an outlet for water. And this can be capped. Right now it's capped. Now you can string up to, I think, 600 of these together. Be a lot, but you can. Inside, under this housing here, there is a float valve. And it only takes one hose. You never have to worry about timers, drip, nothing. You hook one hose into the very first one, right here, regular garden hose, and you leave it on all the time. And that float valve automatically, in each one, fills the lower portion of each of the containers and keeps them at the appropriate level. Then the potting mix that you have in here wicks that moisture up through the entire container. So again, one hose, no timers, the hose stays on all the time, and the float valves independently make sure each chamber is filled to the appropriate level. So back in the fall, in these two right here, you can see I've got celery in one and cilantro that is going to seed in the other. Now I'm letting it go to seed because I want to keep some of the seeds for coriander, and I want to keep some of the seeds to grow again. This celery is probably the best celery I've ever grown. They look a little wilty right now. It's actually 84 degrees out here. Yeah, the mix is actually damp, so they'll be okay in the afternoon once the sun gets off of them. However, and if you wonder why I have these paper bags around them, it's to help blanch them. It makes the celery more crunchy, less stringy. So let me walk you through how we're gonna set these up. I'm gonna do some planting in them, and then we'll talk about a giveaway. So the first thing we're going to do is hook up the main garden hose to the first box. Now you hook all the boxes together that you want to use. And like I said, you can do up to 600. The one necessity to make these work is this needs to be done or set up on a level surface. Next step is turn the water on and check all the connections for leaks. And you can always use some channel locks if you need to tighten them up a little further. No leaks. You can see the water filling up down below. We're just going to let the water fill up to the appropriate level. The system will shut off automatically when it's done. There is an overflow hole drilled here. That way, if you have lots of rain, the system doesn't overfill. The excess will drip out that hole. Now you might have noticed that I switched from this hose to this hose. I found out that this little piece here on the end of this hose had a leak. So I just decided to switch hoses altogether. All right, I don't hear any more water running. So that means each box is filled up to the appropriate level. Now we're gonna add our potting mix. And I did say potting mix. Garden soil, potting soil will not work. It will not perform the wicking the same way that potting mix will. So this holds 2 cubic feet of potting mix. So I have this bag here of Kellogg's Organic Raised Bed and potting mix. And it's a 2 cubic foot bag. So it should be perfect. Firm it down a little bit. All right, now we want to saturate the soil with a second hose. And this is just going to get out any voids down there, any air pockets. It's going to make sure everything is soaked, and that's going to activate the capillary action. And you want to keep doing this even a little bit after you see the water pouring out of the overflow hole. And it wouldn't hurt to get down in here and just make sure that it's wet all the way through. There's a few more things that come with this. That is a couple bags of fertilizer, a weed cover, and a planting guide. Now the planting guide is going to show you, you're going to choose a configuration for your plants, and it will tell you where to put a fertilizer strip. All right, so I'm going to make a trench down the middle, about 3 inches deep. And we're going to add about 3 cups of the fertilizer. Now each bag is 2 cups, so about 1.5 bags. And again, this is OMRI listed organic fertilizer. We're just going to cover it back up. All right, the next thing to do is add the weed cover, and it's 2-sided. If it's winter and you want to kind of keep this warm, you put the black side up. And if it's summer and you want to reflect some of that heat away, or as hot as it is today, I think I'm going to start with this side here, and that side's going to do that. This is just like a shower cap for a person with a really big head. All right, now I'm going to get the plants. Okay, so we've got some strawberries, some lettuce, some eggplant, and some cilantro to replace the one over there that's going to seed, although in this heat, I don't see this lasting very long. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the lettuce, and I'll do a row of lettuce along the front, and then a couple of eggplant in the back. So you just take some scissors and make a little slit where you want to put them. And then just bury them in the potting mix. And because these aren't going to last very long, I'm going to go ahead and squeeze in some cilantro here. They'll be bolted by the time these get big enough to worry about. Just want to make sure not to plant right into the fertilizer strip, so I won't be able to plant right there, I don't think. I'm going to kind of move that fertilizer strip over. Go ahead and stick the labels in here so I know what they are. All right, so apparently I read the directions wrong. It's not easy to film, plant, and read directions at the same time. So I'm supposed to put 2 cups in there and 2 cups in here, and that's why it came with 2 bags of 2 cups. So I'm going to put the rest of this one in here, and then I'll add some Neptune's Harvest, crab and lobster, and kelp meal. So in this one, I'm just going to plant 2 rows of strawberries. These are Camarosa strawberries, which I'm wondering if they originated where I used to live in Camarillo, because there was a Camarillo, or the city was named Camarillo, and then there was a Santa Rosa road that there was a couple strawberry farms on that road. So I don't know, maybe I'm planting a little bit of home. Now what I love about the strawberries in here is that this is how they grow them here, is they grow them under plastic and raised up so the bugs can't get to them. The strawberries can kind of spill over the sides and they won't be attacked by sow bugs and snails and slugs. That's my theory anyway. The only awkward part of this is you're kind of planting blind, but you just kind of gotta feel around under there and use your sense of touch rather than your sense of sight. That's it. Now they're planted. It's literally set it and forget it. I don't have to worry about these for the rest of the season. I don't have to check the water. I don't have to water. I don't have to do anything. The hose stays on and each individual unit regulates the water for itself. Now, I did mention a giveaway. Farm Daddy is giving away a 2-pack. So basically you get everything you see here. You get the containers, you get the fertilizer, you get the hoses, you get the weed cover. Is that everything? Everything I just used, that's what you get. So it's really easy to enter this giveaway, and this giveaway runs from, I have 2 giveaways going on at the same time. I think this is the first time we've ever done 2 giveaways like overlapped. This giveaway is going to run from today, which is Saturday, the 22nd, 21st. Anyway, it'll go through Wednesday, and then I'll do an announcement video on Thursday. Remember, I will not contact you in the comments. That is a scam. Don't answer any of them, just ignore them. I will announce the winner on the video next Thursday. Even if they have my logo, it's not me. So to enter, I've got all the details down below and links. You need to go over on Instagram to Farm Daddy's official page and follow them. And you need to comment on this video here. That's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, learned something, maybe even learned a new way of growing. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up, share it with a gardening friend, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.